Get drafted in last night's first round. You guys both gave it about a 50% chance he would go on the first night. So now, what's your best guess on what happens to Bronny tonight, Keyshawn?
You know, Skip, I gave it a 50-50 yesterday. And when Zach Edey went off the board, if I was a gambling person, I probably would have put money that he was going to go on 17 and be broke right now, right? Because I was like, okay. So now as we fast forward to tonight, the easy scenario is he's going to get drafted. Now, where's he going to get drafted? Okay? Is he going to get drafted before 55? Because I don't believe he's going to get past 55. But I also think there's an opportunity and a chance for him to go somewhere a little higher. Maybe at 52, I think it's 52 or 53 to Golden State. Maybe there's a possibility there. Yep. You know, got some veterans, got some guys around him. He certainly could learn from those guys. But I think that he'll get drafted. It won't go past 55. You know, and as a competitor, I felt it was a little weird because I didn't see him yesterday at all in any other, you know, obviously the green room, in the stands, none of that craziness. But as a competitor with both him and his dad and his family, his brothers, everybody, and Rich Paul, I just hope that it didn't eat at him that he wasn't in the room. Now, you say, well, he knew he wasn't. That doesn't matter. When you start seeing your contemporaries falling off the board, Skip and Paul, coming off the board, not falling off the board, coming off the board, and you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, regardless of what your agent is telling you, regardless of what Pops is telling you, it doesn't matter because you're your own person. And now all of a sudden you start looking at this and you're like, man, I should be there. I should be there. I just hope that in his mind, he wasn't going through that psychologically.
No, I don't think.
I just, you know, because he's a competitor though, Paul.
Yeah, he's a competitor, but based on what he's been through, you know, he knows that he has some more proving of himself to do in order to be in that realm of guys. You know, these guys, you know, Bronny had to go through the cardiac arrest. You know, he didn't particularly play well after, you know, with USC. I mean, you look at the stats. I mean, that they don't really scream out at you that says a first-round pick. You know, so there's other routes.
No, there is. Of course there's other routes.
And I think he understands that.
Yes, that is all true.
The second-round route or the free agent route, he understands that he has to reprove himself. And so I think he's fine with that.
That's true, but when you're sitting around and you're watching 3 hours of a draft, it just, I've been around guys that knew they were going later in drafts.
Yeah, see, something like that,
but it's just,
that can build him up.
No, it could. That's why I say I hope
that can ignite a fire.
That's why I say I hope that he don't even worry about that sort of stuff.
Not getting picked 17 could be probably the best thing for him. Not getting picked in the first round could probably be the best thing for him because now, if you any type of competitor like you saying, Key, you like, all right. Like for me, Key, I was projected number 2, Skip. No more than number 5. When I didn't go, no less than 5. When I got past 5, that ate at me.
Sure. That's what I'm saying.
And so, yeah, but that's based on your projection. You know, he wasn't projected there, but he's like, I feel like I'm better than these guys.
Absolutely.
So now, this could light a fire under him that he probably didn't have or he had, but it can make it grow.
Yep.
That's true. What I'm saying? So this could be the best thing because my fire was always there. But when I got past that 5th, 6th, and I got picked 10th, I was like, oh no, this is turned into one of these California blazes. Like, oh no, this ain't. I'm not feeling this. And I hope that he feels a certain type of way, you know, because based on his talent on from high school, being a McDonald's All-American, being around a lot of these guys who getting drafted, playing against these guys at different camps, that he's looking at saying, yeah, I'm better than him. I hope it ignites something in him. So like now, like me, if I didn't get picked first round, I'd be in the gym right after the draft. Like, I'm going to the gym.
And remember what he said.
You know what I'm saying?
All he wants to do is have his name
that's fine.
Called. His name wasn't called yesterday.
Yeah.
So where were you on draft night? Who were you sitting with as you started to fall?
Well, I was in the green room, so I was with my family, so we were sitting at the table like this. I'm like, all right, I'm projecting number 2. So I'm sitting there, number 2 get called. So I'm like, oh, okay. I know who going to 3.
Do you remember who went 2? I don't remember.
Yeah, so number 2 was Mike Bibby.
Of course he remembered.
Of course I remember. I can tell you the whole lineup. Then Ray Prince,
Okay, so what did you lean over and say to people to your
So
right
I'm
and
like,
left?
no, but so look, 5 come. I don't get picked. I only worked out for the top 5, so now I'm at 6. Like, all right, 6, I don't think they're gonna pick me.
Did I hire the wrong agent?
Yeah, but then Philly comes up because I remember Brown that coached with Philly. Larry Brown,
Yeah.
Kansas guy. I'm a Kansas guy, so I'm thinking, all right, I believe they was like 7 or 8 pick. I'm like, all right, I'm not going past Larry Brown. I'm a Kansas guy. Boom. So he picked. They picked somebody else. Skip. So I'm over here like, I'm not knowing what's going on. So I'm on camera. I'm trying to smile and keep it cool, but inside I'm fuming. 9 comes. Nope. 10 comes Celtics. I'm like, damn. Like, I grew up a Laker fan. I'm like, all right.
And you hadn't had interaction with
I had
the Celtics
no
at all.
interaction, no phone calls, no workouts. So my interview after, I was like, you know what? It's gonna be 9 other teams that's gonna hate that they didn't pick me. I said that in the interview. I said that. And that's what sparked the fire, because I knew when I said something like that, I gotta put in the work.
Did your agent think you would go too? Was he hearing through the grapevine?
It was all the projections. It was signed, sealed, and delivered. Number 2.
Who was 2? Who?
Michael Bibby.
No, I mean, which team?
Vancouver.
No, Vancouver.
Vancouver. That's right.
I said Memphis, but I meant Vancouver.
Memphis, but they were Vancouver Grizzlies, which is now Memphis.
I'm with Keyshawn on this. I was thinking about Bronny and how it had to sting just a little bit to watch the adulation, to watch the interviews, and to watch the tears. Because I saw a lot of tears last, which is great. Do I think it's an all-time great? I don't. But their lives all changed as they got picked. Some went higher than we thought, and they're crying tears like, wow, I just made some money.
Yeah.
And listen, LeBron James Jr. is the son of the greatest scorer in the history of this game. And he's got to have that kind of pride in him, even though everything you said is correct about the circumstances all played against him this year at USC. But then it was interesting to me, 1 year ago right now, I thought Bronny James and Isaiah Collier were going to change life at USC.
Collier, what did he go,
He fell
29?
clear to 29 to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Listen,
I was
1 year
shocked at
ago,
that.
1 year ago, I seriously thought he would go number 1 to whoever.
I think a lot of people
Collier
thought.
was projected.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I saw that.
Isaiah Collier.
Yes.
And he struggled. Obviously, Bronny post-cardiac arrest
Maybe it was
struggled.
that USC system.
I don't know.
know.
Shut the hell up and let the man
USC
finish.
system, Skip.
Ain't got nothing to do with no USC.
That USC system.
And all of a sudden, your coach is at SMU. It
Right.
was.
It didn't work out the way we thought it would.
It didn't ever get off the ground
Yes.
for whatever reason. And Isaiah played a role in that too, because he just didn't have the year. I don't know. He struggled.
We were
although
not good.
He had some games where I'd say that was pretty
USC
good.
He played against Washington.
Yeah.
I think he had 27, 30
They
against
went to
Washington.
Kansas.
He
They should
did.
have went to Kansas.
And I should have gone to Kansas.
Damn Kansas.
Where is Kansas?
Oh, you know where Kansas is.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Yep.
Where is
Lawrence,
Lawrence,
Kansas.
Kansas? It's out there in nowhere.
Here's
right?
what I'm gonna say
is there
about
anything in Lawrence, Kansas
gonna,
except the school?
We're gonna put the
Applebee's.
what we're gonna do right now, Skip, is we're gonna put the Kansas stuff to rest before you continue.
Yeah.
The game of paying players have changed. Y'all not the only pay for play anymore. So it's over.
We don't got to do that for players.
Okay?
People want to actually go to that
Ain't no
school.
damn kid from Inglewood, California, right next to Los Angeles South Central, flying over all these damn schools to go to Kansas without getting paid. Stop it.
I did.
Go ahead, Skip.
Were you just naive or what?
No. Skip, I had to get out the hood.
Okay.
He could have went up to Oakland. He could have went to
got
Cal
way
and got
out
out
of
the hood.
Yeah.
He could have went to Cal and got out the hood. He could have went to Washington State and got out the hood. Kansas was one of the top 5 programs in the history at the time of college basketball,
It still is.
paying players.
No, they wasn't.
Okay, period. Don't get me started with these Dukes and
they wasn't.
Kentuckys
No, they
and
wasn't.
Kansas is paying all these players. You better stop before I open up the can of worms on you.
We all know SC.
It sounds like Coach Self just kind of danced out of one on what just
Man,
happened.
come on, man. UCLA in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. All right, back to Bronny, back to tonight. I will point out that your Celtics do hold the 54th pick in the second round, which is one pick ahead of the Lakers.
Might not be a bad selection.
Yeah?
I thought they could have got him at 30.
You want to talk about jerking him right out from under the Lakers? They could take him one pick ahead if they really wanted to do that.
Yeah, but why? This ain't about a Laker thing. It's about the kid. It's about